Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a hair update slash tutorial. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I talked about this recently in my Insta stories. And I was joking about how it was I had asked many of you what videos you wanted to see me put together. And many of you had requested a hair update or a hair tutorial. And joked, I was like, that's very kind. Because, I mean, to be very honest, my hair is probably one of the things that is the most frustrating to me beauty-wise. Not necessarily my skin, not necessarily my skin on my body or my body itself or different things, but my hair is very affected by hormone imbalances. Whatever is going on inside my body tends to manifest itself more in my hair than anywhere else. And I had said, I was talking about how all this hair under here that I have, these shorter pieces, this is all new growth from when I had my miscarriage. So I noticed after I had my miscarriage, my hair got very thin and it was a mess. And all of a sudden I began to see these little tiny pieces of hair back here. And I was like, oh my gosh, did my hair come out? And it's like new growth. And it's taken almost a year and a half just to get halfway there. So I can only imagine what's going to happen with my hair now after having Miles. But I do find that using a curling iron or a curling wand has helped me manage my hair because I don't have a lot of breakage or anything like that, but I do have, like I said, if I'm having any hormonal imbalances, and I've had some throughout the years from different medical things that I've had done, like my steroid injections, and when my hair is just unmanageable or I have like little crazy pieces all over the place, I find curling it has really helped. It helps to manage it. So that's why I started curling my hair in the first place, because I was unable to blow it out or keep it in a style that looked decent, and curling it was the best way. And I've just kind of stuck with that way. And so I also thought I would give you an update on the Nume, whatever it's called, curling wand. And if I'm still liking it, if I'm still using it, all this, or obviously I'm using it in this video, so I'm still using it. And I'll just go through some of the hair products that I'm currently using. I'm in between shampoos right now. I finished my Way shampoo and conditioner. I only wash my hair about twice a week because I have a very oily scalp, and if I wash it too much, it can just get extra oily. And it just takes me so long to do my hair when it's wet to get it dry and then style it and everything. Once it's dry and I go from day to day, it's easy to style. It's a little bit quicker to style, so I only wash my hair about twice a week, but I'm in between shampoos right now. Like I finished that. There is a shampoo and conditioner that I'm using, but I like it okay, but I'm not into a system yet. So I have some more that I'll be testing out, and I'll give you guys updates on that. But I'll show you the styling products that I use. So I thought we would go through today. I'll show you. I'm not gonna show you every single step of how I do my hair. I'll try to like fast forward the video and that sort of thing, so you can just see the highlights. Obviously, this is like second or third day curls, but I would, if I was going out for the day, I would kind of touch this up. But this is how it will eventually settle after a few days for me. The wand does allow my hair to stay curly for a few days. So it does hold a curl, but my hair holds a curl well. So I don't know necessarily whether it's the curling wand or the fact that my hair holds a curl well. So typically though, what I will do is I have my wet brush here, and I'll tend to just like brush it out a little bit, just very, very gently. I typically will do this in the evening before I go to bed and add some dry shampoo to my scalp. But sometimes before, if I've put some hairspray in my hair the day before, I will brush it out a little bit before I start styling it. Just because, I don't know, I like just to get some of the hairspray out, because if I have too much hairspray in my hair, I cannot curl it. It gets, I don't know, it just all sticks together. A little bit of hairspray gives it some texture, so it holds the curl nicely. So basically how I start is, and I would start this way if I had just dried it, after the shower or whatever. This is always how I start styling my hair, and I just put it up with a clip, and I just divide it section by section. Now, These little underpieces are like, I'm not gonna lie, they are a nightmare to try and curl. So I do my best, and sometimes I will do more of a curl for my hair, and sometimes I will do more of a wave, and I'll show you the difference. So I'm using the new Nume curling wand. I like it. Obviously, I'm still using it. I wrap it around. First, I wrap it around, and I wrap it away from my face. Point the wand down and wrap it away from my face. Now, if I wanted a curl, I would hold the end all the way onto the wand, and I would hold it for much longer, and I would let it kind of fall into my hand like this, and I would hold it for a few seconds to let the curl set a little bit so that it would give me more of a, kind of a bouncy curl. But I've been liking waves recently, so I'll just kind of pull that out a little bit. And so I just take a little, section by section. I don't know how big they are. Sometimes if I'm in a real rush, they're bigger because I just want to get it done. And then if I have more time, they're smaller sections. So it's just a matter of how much time you have. I take this, and so if I'm going to do more of waves like I had today, I kind of hold the end out, and I just hold it on the wand for a much shorter amount of time so that it comes out and it's just more of like a wave than a bouncy curl. And this will fall throughout the day, and I'll kind of pull at it and that sort of thing, and it will fall throughout the day. But that's how I do it, and I just go around to all the, sections. All right, let's just talk first about the curling wand. Am I liking it? I like it. I'm still using it. Do I love it? I don't love it. And I'll tell you why. And I don't know, the reason why I'm continuing, though, to use it, I have a mirror back here. Like, I didn't bring a little stand mirror here. That's ridiculous. But the reason why I don't necessarily love it is because it doesn't get exceptionally hot like my T3 does. The T3 gets very, 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 very hot, which I like, and it allows me to get my hair done much quicker. But with this, it doesn't get as hot, but I like the fact that it's a wand. So my curls slip off the end very easily because the end is rounded. And I find that my T3, the curls will get caught on the little ledge down at the bottom. They just don't slide off as easily as wands that are shaped like this. So that's why I've kept using it. I don't know if my hair goes through phases. And that's why my hair very rarely looks the same in videos. I do the same technique in every single video that you see me in. I've done the same thing to my hair. It's just my hair never looks the same. Like, I can never get it to duplicate it every single day. Like, some people, I see them and their hair looks exactly the same every day. My hair doesn't do that. My hair just has a life of its own and decides to do what it wants. Some days I get it to look like fabulous. Other days I'm like on the struggle bus with it. Some days it looks like it did. And then some days it's like, what'd you do differently? Nothing, except my hair just has a mind of its own. So I am still using this, and I don't know if my hair is going through a phase because I'm finding that it sometimes holds the curl well, sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know if that's the wand or if it's my hair right now. And I'm going to test out the T3, go back to the T3 maybe for a week or two and see if my hair is still acting the same way or if it just responds to the T3 really well and begins to look differently and better. But I'm still using this every day, like I said. Takes me a little bit longer to do it, but I do like the fact that it slides off, and I wanted to give it a go for a long period of time. And I like the size. This is like a 1.25 inch. So I really like the size. And so I'm going to continue to do the rest of my hair. And I will come back and show you the front section, which is where I spend the most of my time fussing with my hair, because the back underneath here, I mean, like, who cares? Like, what it looks like. It's just going to be like falling underneath the top of your hair. But the front section of my hair is where I spend the most time. So I'll be back. I'll do my whole head and I'll be back and we will go through that whole portion. Okay, so we're getting to the end, and I have gotten to the top part of my hair. So at first I just part it, and then sometimes I'll do the front section first, sometimes I'll do it last. Typically I start on this side and I do the curls here. This one always is a struggle for me because if I put the wand too forward like I'm doing now, sometimes the curl will like stick out a little bit too much. So sometimes I'll just have to use the wand. And that's another little tip. Use the wand when you're done to kind of smooth out the hair and get away any like little frizzies or anything sticking up. Hairstylist taught me that once, and it really does work. So I just keep going around, and you always want to curl away from your face. I mean, you can curl towards your face. Some people do like one away, one away from the face, one towards the face, and it kind of gives more of a beachy, tousled look. I like this way, and I like all my curls to be going the same direction. Some people don't like it because they don't like their curls to look so uniform and, you know, kind of like structured and uniform. I do. That's how I like it. And so that's what I prefer to do. And I just keep going around the rest of my hair, curling away from the face. I'm making them more into waves than I am curls, so I'm not holding them that long, and I'm not letting them fall into my hand either. So, and like I said, it's a little bit easier when I'm in front of my mirror, but let me go ahead and I'll finish up the rest of this, and then we'll do the very front portion. We'll do that together. All right, I'm at my last piece here, and this one, sometimes it takes me like a few times to do this one, and I try to pull it down and then curl it almost like with the wand kind of sideways like this, and then sometimes I'll point it down. It's just, you know, I try it a different way each time to really, I like the curl to have some volume and not to fall too flat. Sometimes that just takes using some hairspray in it or whatnot, and like it looks a little flat today, but when it starts to cool is when I sometimes go back and touch up certain curls and that sort of thing. So typically what I do at this point is I let my hair cool. I let the curls cool. I'll go ahead and when I used to, back in my office job in New York, I would do these same steps. I would do my whole hair, and then I would let it cool and go eat breakfast. So, because sometimes it's like, how do you have time in the morning to cool your hair? When you do your hair and then go do something else, get dressed, go eat breakfast, finish your makeup, or whatever it is that you're going to do, and then come back. Even if it's just a few minutes, the cooling portion does help the curls set a little bit. So we're going to talk about some products. All right, first talking about shampoo and conditioner and whatnot. I said I am in between kind of testing out. I don't have a shampoo and conditioner that I'm really sticking to and loving right now. I just finished my Way. I believe it was like the clean shampoo and the hydrate conditioner. I'll find it and I'll link it below. But what I have been using, I'm testing out now, and I'm going to be testing a few other ones because I don't know whether I'm in love with this, and I'm in the in-between phase. You know, when you've like finished a shampoo and conditioner, but you're not going to repurchase it. I did really love it, but towards the end of the bottle, I was like, I don't know, I'm just not loving it anymore. So you're like in the exploration phase. That's the phase I'm in. Right now, I just pulled this out of my closet. It's by Beauty and Pinups. I don't even know. They sent this to me. It's a cleansing, all-in-one cleansing and conditioning. It's like a shampoo and a conditioner. I don't know. It's nice. It's kind of nice to do it all in one. It does help to detangle my hair a little bit. So I'm just testing that out. But what I have been using regularly is I'll use that like once a week. And then I've been using this other combo for a few months now. And it's the Christoph Robin Purifying Shampoo. I ran out of his salt scrub, and I haven't picked up any more yet. I was going to pick some up and I totally forgot. But I've been using the purifying shampoo, which is really nice to help remove any buildup on the scalp, to help if you have an oily scalp, if you suffer from dandruff sometimes, which I do, suffer from a flaky scalp. Sometimes it's oily, sometimes it's dry, it's all over the place. But this really helps to rebalance the scalp nicely, which I love. That scrub though, that was something I would use. I use this every single week. It's just a shampoo. The scrub I would use sometimes once a week, sometimes every other week. And then I've been using the Orbe Signature Moisture Mask on my ends just to kind of hydrate them. This is the mask that I use weekly. And so I use these two together, and that's been my hair cleansing routine. And like I said, I've been using these for quite some time. The other one, I mean, I just kind of threw in the shower recently, and I've been testing it out. It's not like wowing me, but I have a few other ones that I'm going to begin to rotate in and see if those are the winners. All right, styling product-wise. Now, some people have questions about, like, how does your hair handle heat so well? That's just I don't know. Some people's, like, you can buy certain products, heat protectants and all that sort of things. I also find that a lot of this has to do with the kind of hair you have. Like, you can totally use all these products and duplicate exactly what I do, and your hair may never look the same or may never perform the same way because you have totally different hair. So my hair handles heat quite well. I mean, I have split ends and that sort of thing, but it doesn't. Every time I go to my hairdresser, he's like, your hair holds up really well for all the heat that you put on it. So I think that's just like genetics. But there are some products that I throw in there to help. I use the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. This is a primer. I tend to just spray a little bit on my hands and go through my hair when it's damp, and I use that before I blow dry it. I don't like to use this on dry hair before I style it. I find that it does not work as well as it does when my hair is damp, and I just put a little bit in my hair, smooth it or comb it through with my fingers, and then blow dry it. I just don't find that using it on dry hair works as well for me. When it comes to dry shampoos, my ultimate favorite is the Kerastase K Powder Bluff. How I like to use dry shampoos, I like to use them at night. So I get out my wet brush and I brush my hair every night, and if it's a night where I want to extend my style for a few more days, I use dry shampoo in the evening. I find that it does a better job of really giving my roots a lot of volume and not feeling so tacky or feeling as dirty, because it has the whole night to soak up the oils. And by the next morning, my hair feels so much fresher, so much lighter. When I use this during the day before I style it or something else, I feel like it doesn't have enough time to maybe soak into my roots. That's just me guessing. I don't know if that's really the science behind it, but I find that's what happens. So I like to use my dry shampoo in the evening. Along with that, I also really love the Elizabeth and James Nirvana, the fragrance, that they make. They make a really good dry shampoo. I really like that. It's a little more white in my hair, but it's still fine. It still works quite well. The Way Texturizing, this isn't a dry shampoo. So those are the main two dry shampoos that I use. I have some others that I rotate in here and there, but those are the ones I keep going back to currently. Now, hairspray-wise, I don't always use hairspray because I have to use a very light hand with hairspray. It can help hold the curl and hold the style and tame some flyaways, but if I use too much, which I often can do, and sometimes it's an extra spray, and all of a sudden my hair gets really crunchy, really stiff, and I cannot go for another day with the style because I cannot brush out the hairspray and it just gets really brittle looking and awful. But if I use just enough of these two, either one of these, it works really well. The Way Texturizing Hairspray. So I just spray a little bit with my hair kind of down like this, and a little bit on the other side, maybe a little bit behind, and that's it. I'm not one of those girls that's like hairspraying it all over the place because my hair just doesn't work well with tons of hairspray. I also really love the R&Co Outer Space Flexible Hairspray. I'm still using this one and really enjoying it. Had to change up my memory card, so took a little break to do that. All right, let's get back to the rest of the products. All right, so what I really do love and have been using for quite some time, my ends tend to get very dry. My scalp is very oily, my ends are very dry. Obviously, I heat style it a lot, so my ends are going to be drier. And then, if I didn't heat style them all the time, I'm not a big fan of hair oils too much. A lot are too heavy for me. And there have been products that I've used in the past that I really loved and that I'm not loving anymore, or they're not working for my hair right now. Because I told you my hair cycles through seasons. From whatever's going on in my body will show up in my hair, and my hair will just change up a lot. So the whole routine is what I'm currently using now. That doesn't mean it will be what I'm using in 6 months. So I think it's good actually that I did this video so I can show you if things have changed and what is currently in my routine. The Kerastase Elixir Ultime. I talk about this all the time. It is one of my favorite products. This is the product that has stayed the course with me and has really worked regardless of the changes that my hair has gone through. It is like a finishing spray. It's lighter than an oil. It's a liquid. So I just spray a little bit into my hands. I'm going to show you a little bit later when when we're done here, I'm going to use it on my hair to help smooth out the curls and give them a little bit of hydration. So I spray it into my hands and I just kind of like put my hands together and go over my curls first and then go over the rest of my hair. And then often whatever's left on my fingers, I'll comb through to kind of break up the curls. But I find that this helps bring my ends back to life, gives them moisture, gives them shine, makes them a little bit bouncy. And if I'm going with second day hair or third day hair even, and I don't want to use my curling iron, like let's say I'm not going anywhere and my curls are looking okay, but they're looking a little dry. I'll still wake up, my ends look a little bit dry, but I don't use any curling iron, any styling tools on it. I'll just take a little bit of this into my hands and just go through my ends. And it just helps to hydrate my hair a little bit, and then my curls just kind of fall into their own pattern, and it looks like I've almost done my hair. So this, I cannot say enough great things about. It's never too heavy, it's never too oily, never too greasy, never too nothing. It's nothing but fabulousness. Then Kerastase had sent me this Aura Botanica Moisturizing Oil Mist, and I love this too. What's the difference between the two? Well, I would probably say you should go to Kerastase and ask them, because I have no idea. I wish I knew. Sometimes it's just whatever I grab for. This I always think of as like a little more hydrating, where this is a beautifying oil mist. Voluptuous beautifying oil mist, and this helps to hydrate. I don't know. I feel like they both make my hair look great. I've been using this longer, so I can vouch for this more, but I have loved this just as much when I use it too. So I don't know, 6 in one, half dozen in the other, have no idea. And that's just being honest truth. Really have no idea, but I love them both. The Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. This is the only oil that I will use that I don't find is too heavy for my ends or my hair. And I use like a smidge. Like sometimes it's like, is there even a drop there? Because like I said, my hair will look greasy and weighed down instantly. So the curls are pretty much dry, or they're cooled enough. I'll take a little bit of my Elixir Ultime, just spray it, always shake it up, spray it into my hands, and I just like to go through just to kind of add, like I said, the moisture in, put a little bit of shine, make my ends not look so dry, and then this is where I start to break up the curls with my hands. The curls will begin to kind of settle back down. It doesn't stay looking like this for me, like this, like, I don't know, brushed through. They kind of begin to kind of piece together again throughout the day, so I just sometimes just keep brushing them with my fingers, or sometimes I like how they come together. The curls look very uniform. I like that look. But the Elixir Ultime does wonders to just bring life back to the ends of my hair. My hair will look a mess sometimes at the ends, and this just, it is so light. It never looks too greasy. And sometimes when you put it on your hair, you won't notice it maybe at the beginning, but give yourself 10, 20 minutes and all of a sudden your hair just looks a little bit shinier, softer, more hydrated. Now, I haven't found a good volume powder for my roots because my hair is a lot longer. I haven't really wanted to cut it. I've wanted to keep growing it long, and one of the downsides to growing it so long is it can get very flat around my scalp area. And like I said, just my hair is going through a season of like very flatness. So I don't really have a volume powder that I'm loving right now. I just try to, I don't know, experiment with different things, or when I curl my hair, I try to, I don't know, maybe not curl it too much closer to the scalp. I do a million different things. Some days it's more voluminous than others, and that's sometimes I think it just has a mind of its own. So that's pretty much how I've been styling it. I've been using, like I said, the wand, still using it, still liking it. Don't love it because it doesn't get as hot as I want. And the curls don't stay looking the same every single day. Like sometimes I can get a good curl with them, sometimes I can't. Don't know if that's my hair or if it's the wand. So stay tuned. I will check back in and obviously give you guys an update, but I have been using it for enough time to really give a decent review. And yeah, that's it. So I will go ahead and link everything that I talked about down below. I would love to hear if you have any really fantastic hair products that you swear by and love right now. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I know this was a very long video, but there's a lot to talk about when it comes to hair. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.